I watched a film on Netflix called Vampires versus the Bronx, which I thought was very, very fun.
I love that. I love the spin on that. I love this whole like new Black people getting into horror where we're actually making it throughout the whole film. I'm here for that.
Exactly.
I'm here for that because I love a good horror. And, you know, I think one of the things that put me off a bit when I was younger is that we would always just die. And it's like, first of all, we're the smartest people. We're not trying to go down that alleyway or open that door or put ourselves in stupid situations. No, we're off. So it never made sense. It never made sense to me.
It's like you're taking all the words out of my mouth. It's exactly right. It's exactly right. For me, like, you know, horror films are not typically my jam, but I'm trying to be a brave little boy and watch some of these films. So obviously, Vampires versus the Bronx was fine because it's more of a horror comedy.
Get your hands on a Gin and Tonic G&T box. Enter the promo code BLACKINK for an exclusive 10% discount on your order. Gin and Tonic, sustainable urban gin.
I watched His House recently, and that film messed me up.
I lied to you. I had to pause because I started watching it at night and I was like, this is not the right time. When like these sort of horrors need to be watched during the day in broad daylight, where I've got time to get it out of my system. I can't watch that before I go to bed. No, it's not going to work.
I literally said the exact same thing on the Empire podcast recently when we reviewed it. Or I tried to watch it during the night. I got 10 minutes in, I was like, nope, I like sleep. I value sleep. If I want sleep, I need to watch this at a different time. So I watched it in the daytime. The light was coming into the window, the were open, the exits were in clear view, and I managed to enjoy the movie. Even though I was watching, still watching a bit of it through my eyes, because again, it's a scary ass movie.
Yeah.
But the beautiful thing about that movie is that, as you say, you know, Black people were smart. You know, if we see something creepy going on, we'll normally like, give me the keys, Rose. I'm out of here.
Cool.
Bye.
Yeah, exactly. I love that.
His house is smart in that it gives you a believable reason why they would want to try and make a go of it. So they ground it in that immigrant experience, and you know the commentary on that is really, really great.
Get your hands on a Gin and Tonic G&T box. Enter the promo code BLACKINK for an exclusive 10% discount on your order. Gin and Tonic, sustainable urban gin.
When his dad is talking to him outside of the room, and he's just giving him like kind of a pep talk and just really showing a vulnerable side that I think Black dads we're not often seen on screen like that. And so for me, when I was watching it, I just felt like, this is a really nice dad, you know, like we don't, you know, usually the dads are absent or they're depicted in like more of a negative way or just stereotypical. Whereas this was just like a loving dad who just wants the best for his son. And it was just really nice to see that, like, and just to show that vulnerability. And then it allowed him to be a bit more vulnerable and like tap into his superpower. And I think he needed to see his dad like that, because obviously his dad's a cop and is, you know, used to being very strong. And so even at the end, when he runs up to him, he's on the phone and he was just like, hangs up and just hugs him like a Spider-Man, sorry. It just, all of those little bits were just, for me, like so heartwarming.
Yeah, no, you are 1000% right on Black dads. It's very rare that we get to see them in that sort of light. And it was really, really beautifully done. That scene in particular is great, but even their banter sort of early on in the film, not only the dad jokes, but the way he sort of thinks about the way he thinks about heroism as a whole, is really sort of fun and really, really interesting. And it has that line, with great ability comes great accountability, which is always something that makes me laugh. It's so innovative in so many ways, the film, and gives us so much of what we've been wanting to see for a while, from not only superhero stories, but from Black stories as well. And, you know, I'm contemplating writing about it still, but just in terms of just the way Black characters are animated, I really enjoyed Soul, but there's this discussion in our community about Soul and how a lot of Black characters, a lot of Black lead characters keep getting transmuted into, different shapes and different animals and whatnot. You don't get any of that with Spider-Verse. So that's just one more thing that it's great at. So yeah, I just think it's the standard by which a lot of stuff should be measured going forward. The animation, the voice work, the story, the music, the voice work. I mean, how like just in terms of our introduction to Miles, having him just sing along to Sunflower is a perfect introduction, and that's exactly how we act at certain points. Obviously, with me, I'm perfectly in tune all the time. Miles is not all the time.
Of course, yeah. I'm exactly the same. I got bars. Yeah. I also love the Biggie. When they play.
Oh yes.
Like this is it's
very automatically head bopping. Like I watched that in IMAX and I heard that. Oh yes, I was like yes. It's so great.
It just adds a level of suave and coolness to it. I was like, yeah, this is what we do.
I'm very interested to see sort of as many iterations of this character as possible. I think he's fantastic, and just to see again, the fact that anybody can be Spider-Man has been a facet of the character for a while, but we've never really seen that as Black and brown people on screen before until Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. Which again is the manifestation of that idea. It's one thing having that idea, it's another thing seeing that idea in a matter of speaking flesh and blood. And that is what Spider-Verse gave us in a big way.
Get your hands on a Gym and Tonic G&T box. Enter the promo code BLACKINK for an exclusive 10% discount on your order. Gym and Tonic, sustainable urban gin.
Talking about Chadwick helped with my grief over Chadwick. Because, I remember waking up that night just randomly and looking at my phone, and it was like 15 minutes after the news had broken. And I mean, Black Panther was a film that meant a lot to me in a big way. And Chadwick was a big part of that, not only in playing that character T'Challa, but as I said on the pod, the way he represented us and represented that film and Marvel over that entire press tour, and the way he led that cast and crew was a special thing. And
such a leader.
And the way he spoke for us and was just the best representation of us was a really special thing. And there's an inherent dignity and regality with Chadwick that made him perfectly suited for T'Challa. But I think it's very, very hard to fake the regality of an African king if you don't have a lot of those qualities in yourself already. And Chadwick absolutely did.